All right, so I'm 2 days into this green powder thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
He's going to be sharp today, boys.
Mitch convinced me. Mitch gave both of us a free packet of drugs, or whatever these things are called. What, do you have something in your bag? What are you getting?
It's called.
Oh, you still.
It's called. He
still have it in your bag. You haven't even used it.
I have not.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to? We're not going to plug what the green powder is, but you do this green powder thing every day.
For what it's worth, didn't we plug it like 100 times the last time we talked about it?
Did you talk about it? Did you say what it was?
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not working.
It was. Yeah. No, we did.
Unless you'd remember.
Listen, we're the only podcast on the planet that's talking about Athletic Greens that isn't being sponsored by Athletic Greens. So,
well,
did you course correct?
That's going to change someday.
What am I going to feel? I'm 2 days in.
You're 2 days in. So let's set it up real quick. So you had did you do it with water?
Yeah.
And did you
snort it?
No.
What else do you do with it?
No, you put it like in a smoothie or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So you did it with water, and then what time did you have it?
Like 9 or 10 in the morning.
Okay.
Both days.
And then when did you eat after that?
I didn't eat. I don't eat till like noon.
Okay. All right.
So I just drank it.
I think you're going to start feeling you'll feel a little bit better. Like your body will.
All right.
I felt a little bit more energetic.
Do you think it's just placebo?
For sure. No, I don't think it is. By the way, I don't know. I mean, I think at some point one of my kids was like, something's growing out of your forehead right now, because like there's like you don't. Anyway, they're like, you don't know what's in it. They're basically like, you don't know what's in it. I'm like, no, it makes me feel good. Like it is all. It's like sports certified. Did you see that on the cover?
I mean, there's all sorts of language.
Yeah, there's a lot of language, but it does. I do genuinely feel better when I take it every day.
Which sport has certified?
It's like. By the way, it's right there.
Like hockey sport is hockey
right?
sporting.
Does it make you want to throw elbows?
It is certified sport. That's what it says. Which I think actually what that means is that there's no. By the way, I'm probably botching this completely, but I think what that means is that there's no, like artificial things in it.
They said that they've made 52 revisions to the powder. They're constantly revising the powder. I don't know. I'll let you know. I'll let you know how I feel.
You know what they say? Powdering is rewriting.
Powdering is rewriting?
I don't know.
Who says that?
That was a bad attempt at making a pun.
Does anybody say that?
Well, writing is rewriting. So
anyway, so we'll see what happens.
It's for your gut health too, by the way. Remember that, right?
Well,
so
I was taking stuff for that.
Yeah.
So now I've stopped that. I've stopped that other stuff.
Okay.
I'm just letting everybody know we're going to track this. We're going to see what happens.
All right.
Do you want to plug the other stuff?
What other stuff?
Whatever other stuff you're taking.
No, I'm not going to plug it.
For your pooping.
No. You're very focused on the bathroom, Ben.
Ben refuses anything green.
No, I have green.
Meat and potatoes.
That's true.
Do you eat green things?
I do.
What?
Not much.
Brussels sprouts, broccoli.
Brussels sprouts are not green.
Oh, broccoli.
Burnt.
I can't stand
Butter and
broccoli.
salt.
What color do they start?
I don't know. I'm done with Brussels sprouts. You know what? That's my new hot take.
Yeah.
I'm done with Brussels sprouts.
Oh, that's it?
Right? Because
trend
think
is
about
over?
it. The trend is over. Like for
Okay.
the last 10 years, all they've been jamming down our throats were Brussels sprouts, like covered in butter and salt and pepper. But I'm like,
It's true.
It's very good.
Yeah.
What do you guys have a vegetable that you cannot choke down? I have two.
Okay, you go first.
I can't for the life of me eat carrots.
What?
I can't effing stand carrots.
Really?
Yes.
It's my favorite.
I can't. Like you'll eat them raw.
Of course.
Gross. And peas. And peas.
Wow.
I can't do either of those.
So they're to you, they're like Coldplay is for me.
Oh. Okay, what?
Carrots to you is what Coldplay is to me.
Okay, well, if that's how you feel about
Well,
that.
that's all right. That's how you feel.
Peas, I can't stand. Any food that
Peas?
explodes
White
in your
peas as
mouth
well.
when you put pressure on the outer edge of them.
Explode.
Can you think of any other food where you put pressure on the outer edge of the food in your mouth and it explodes?
Sort of a blueberry.
Delicious.
Not as much. Blueberry has more opened areas, so it doesn't explode in one direction.
I got it.
Yeah.
Boba.
Oh.
Boba doesn't explode.
Doesn't it?
Boba's chewy.
Oh, I thought it like popped open.
Anyways, I can't stand either of them. That's
Okay.
mine. What about you guys?
I mean, I don't really love onions.
Onions?
Yeah. I know use them for cooking and stuff, but I don't like to eat them.
You mean you won't eat them like an apple?
No. They're not really meant to be eaten like an apple.
There are crazy people who will pick up an onion and take a bite out of it like an apple.
Interesting. I'm not one of them.
That's surprising. Onions seem to be kind of, the everyman's accoutrement.
Every man but me.
But you, onions.
It's part of the Holy Trinity, right?
I don't know. What's the other two?
The vegetable Holy Trinity.
Yeah, it's carrots, cucumbers. And,
No.
Carrots.
No.
No. It's carrots.
It's tomatoes, onions.
No. Carrots. What do you put peanut butter on?
What?
Celery.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
Add
Look
that
it
to my
up.
list.
No, it's like
Look
it's
up
like
the list.
it's like dental floss with
It's
water.
Add that
onions,
to my list.
Celery, carrots.
Yeah,
That's
celery.
the
I don't
holy-
like carrot. I
that's
hate
the Holy
celery.
Trinity.
Celery. Who eats? What does anybody even like about celery?
Ugh,
if the only thing you can
disgusting.
say is the only way to choke down celery, it's the same thing with broccoli. Nobody eats broccoli like bare.
No, some people do. Some people eat raw broccoli.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like it, but
No, I can't eat that raw.
You got to like drench it in cheese.
Yeah.
Or butter and garlic.
or just cook it up, roast it.
Roasted broccoli's okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
But celery, there is no world where celery.
I'm not pining for celery. I don't love it. I'm good. I don't like it.
But
either.
I don't know what you mean by the holy trinity of vegetables.
Chefs, what they call the Holy Trinity, and it's to start like a base bouillon. They start like a base soup. You use onions, celery, and carrots. That starts you.
Oh, I see
Oh,
what you're saying.
interesting.
Okay.
That's what the base is.
You're very tapped into that world, the chef world.
Listen, hotel, restaurant, tourism administration.
Is that what you studied?
Yeah, dude. I know. I got my
Wait,
stuff
what
together.
are you getting? Is that a bachelor's? What is that?
My senior thesis was I basically had to build a menu and serve 50 patrons at a restaurant. That's what I had to do.
Did you do that?
Yeah.
Did you hire chefs?
I did have we didn't have chefs, but we had cooks from the cooking school, and so I basically had to run front of house and back of house. Invited all my family up to come partake in my disgusting meal. It was great.
Do you remember the menu?
I don't.
You don't remember anything off the menu?
It was chicken, of some kind. But
That's
chicken.
Yeah, that's a good base right there.
yeah, chicken and a salad.
Fascinating that would be the final exam in a course like that.
It's like a 3-course.
That makes sense.
University of South Carolina. There we go.
All right.
Wow.
The other USC.
The other USA. The older yet not as distinguished. I don't know.
Did you? So we're into the summer now. These are most entertainment properties or shows take a hiatus over the summer.
Yes.
But we are not doing that.
No.
No, we are not. We are live most of the summer, right?
Once a week.
Every week.
Every week.
We are going to, we don't have to talk about it too much today on this week's episode, but we will be approaching the end of our quote-unquote first season.
It's true. All things must come to an end, even this season.
Will we get a pickup?
I don't know. We're going to have to consult the people who
Can we come back to your garage?
Will your
It's really kind of up to you. I mean,
will your families allow us?
yeah, or we move elsewhere.
Kristen's going to have a budget meeting to decide whether or not we get a pickup.
Yes, you'll have to look at all the costs
All right.
associated.
Okay.
No, but we will. We started at 101. We're going to end somewhere. I don't know.
In the 120s.
In the 120s, perhaps.
Yeah.
We'll take a brief hiatus for a week or two, and then we will come back with the season premiere of our second season. Again, assuming that the money is there.
Right. And we don't know what that season's going to look like, but we just know we will start again, and it'll be a new beginning.
It'll be a new
new
beginning.
topics in the bowl.
Yes. We will. I wonder, do you do that? Do we do one last speed round before a new season?
I like that. I like that.
Clean house.
We may have to clean house of the ideas
Interesting.
and start fresh.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's
All
good.
All right.
I like the speed round.
That means you're going to have to come up with 3, man.
No. I'll just burn through them.
All right.
Well, have your guys' weeks been good? Is there anything worth calling out before we get anal about the music?
I want to shout out to my daughter Sophia when we were talking about Cats in the Cradle. Right in the previous episode.
Yes.
I forgot to mention that anytime, like I'd be downstairs having a sort of a heart-to-heart with a conversation with my son Daniel, and Sophia would sort of just lower herself to the top of the stairs and be like, "Cats in the Cradle," and then just disappear. So,
I love that.
So that's apropos
that's
of that
good.
episode. She just
I love that generation knows of the song.
yes,
That's pretty good.
It's wonderful.
yes.
So that's what you did this last week.
That's not what I did. It's just a detail from my day. That I
Did that
share.
conversation? You had that conversation?
In the wake of our recording, not remembering that particular story, which would have been germane to that episode.
So just help us visualize for a second. You walk home. You walk through the door. Sophia's already listened to the episode, and she says
She hasn't listened to any of our episodes.
Wait, how did she have this conversation with
No,
you?
I was
then?
having the conversation with Tracy about it.
So she heard it.
Well, yeah, Tracy's aware of it, and she was like, did you mention every time Sophia does that? I was like, oh no, I completely forgot.
Okay.
So.
So Sophia did not hear the episode and then say, "Hey, Dad, what about me?"
No, and she probably hasn't heard this one either.
What about me, Dad?
She doesn't do that.
What is that from? What about you? No, Dad.
What about
you?
Oh, wait, that's,
Come on, Mitch. Let's give it to Mitch. No, Dad. What about you?
No, I do know it. I actually do know it.
Yeah, who is it? God. Well, when you say I know it, what is it?
I mean, I can actually picture it, but I can't remember the name of it.
Would you like clues?
Yes, give me a go for it.
Give him more dialogue cues. Clues.
Hold on.
It was a banner year at the Bender house.
Oh, see, that's giving it away.
He still doesn't know.
No, I'm not there yet. God. Is it Anthony Michael Hall or whatever his name is?
Oh, close.
You're close. You're in the same universe.
Or maybe the same detention.
The same room.
That's
the same
right.
detention
Breakfast
room. That's right.
There we go. There
That's
we go.
right. Okay. And Mitch, your week?
It was good. Yeah. I didn't do much. I went to a Luke Combs concert on Saturday with Owen.
All right. How was that?
Owen and his girlfriend and a couple of buddies. And
Where does he fall on the headliner bill?
oh, he's a headliner.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, he sold out SoFi.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yes, that's a
huge.
headliner.
Who opened for him?
Like 4 people I didn't know.
Was it Coldplay?
That wasn't Coldplay.
So wait a second. He had 3 openers?
He had he might have had 4 openers.
Huh.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, I
So
know.
what you're saying is it's a possibility in our game to have 4 openers.
I think we could do it. I think we could
I
do
bet
it.
his 4 openers are not that interesting, though.
No, and they all, no, they weren't. I
Oh.
didn't know any of them. But they were good. I just didn't know any of them. So
Okay.
Was it all country music?
all country music? Yeah.
Okay.
But it was good though. It was a good time.
All right.
So here we are.
Cool.
You know what we haven't gotten to?
What's that?
What is it?
Theme song.
Is it the Friends version or the Yacht Rock version?
Which version would you like us to
Which
play?
one would you like
I
us to
would like
play?
us to play the original.
The original.
artificial
So-
intelligence
so
generated.
touchy about it. So touchy.
Well, let's do that.
Thank you.
I'm now much more refreshed. What are you pointing to the...
Are you cool enough?
I think I'm cool enough.
Yeah.
I could be cooler. I was saying to these... He has an air conditioning thing in here. Doctors say, and this is true, 69 degrees is the best temperature for which sleeping. It's great for your brain. So I think in a situation like this where it's all about our synapses firing on all cylinders.
Is it doctors like Dr. Logan and Dr. Preston Esquire?
No, these are real doctors.
69, dude.
They're not doctors, they're lawyers. Esquire's lawyers.
I understand that, but in order for that to work, I had to go.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Anyways, no, I'm feeling
it
good.
didn't work.
I'm feeling good.
Okay, good.
Here's my thing. When I get excited or laughing hysterically and we're in a moment, I get very warm.
You do. You get
do, you
sweaty.
sweat.
I get warm.
Yeah.
That's my thing. I've always been...
You're an athlete. You sweat all the
I've been
time.
a warm guy. That's just me. So,
Very mammalian.
yeah,
Or
right.
Demisivus. What is it?
Demissimus.
De minimis. No, that's De Maximus. Because he's having such a good time, he starts to sweat.
Isn't that sounded like a Greek god instead of a SAT word.
Demisivus.
De minimis versus Demisiphus. Like Sisyphus. Yes. Okay.
What are you doing?
What's going on?
I'm so
You're
sorry.
like-
I'm so sorry. My bad.
Okay.
All right.
Mitch, I think it's time.
Is it my turn?
I think it's time.
Hot diggity
I think it's time for you to pull out of the bowl.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, because I know Ben did it last time.
Yeah.
So why not? Let's do it and let's hear it. We're a very tactile group here. I guess I can hear that. You're doing a very good job. One fell. You got to go with the one that fell. Shit.
This could be good. This could be bad.
This might be mine.
How do you know?
But let me just ask you this before you open the topic for today's episode.
Yeah.
Were you pleased of the 3 you wrote that at the start of every sit-down session, we all put 3 in? Are you happy with the 3?
2 of the 3.
2 of the 3 you're happy with.
Yeah.
Did you know of the all 3 when you walked in the door today?
Never.
You never know any of them when you walk in?
I know one of them usually.
So the other 2 just were off the top of your head.
Yeah, but I was pretty good. I was pretty happy about the second one.
Okay.
I saw something out the window, and I was like, "Oh, there it is."
Oh my gosh, that's like that car game, I Spy.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I see a leaf. Let me put leaves down. I'm
Yeah.
sure we'll come up with 30 minutes on leaves.
I think we could do 30 minutes on leaf.
I could do 30 minutes on leaves.
By the way, I have a
For
buddy.
sure.
I have a buddy. You know what he's picked up?
What do you mean? Like
bird
a disease?
watching.
Oh,
Oh, birding.
Oh,
Yeah.
a
Bird
hobby.
watching. But he's got cameras outside of his house.
Okay.
By the way, I'm just gonna. Maybe I shouldn't say who it is. He might be. I don't know. No, I think he'd be fine. It's
Sure, he's just watching birds.
It's my buddy Kyle. You know Kyle.
Oh yeah.
He
Oh.
literally has a feeder outside of his house with a camera set up on it so that he watches like on his computer or on his phone. He can see it, and he's like, and it tells you which bird it is,
Huh.
which is actually really cool.
That is interesting.
I was sort of made fun of him for a second, then I watched it, and I was like, that's actually really fun.
I know of two famous birders. One, Geddy Lee of Rush, big time birder.
There's a surprise.
That doesn't surprise me. Keep
Nope.
going.
And then you guys remember the incident that happened in New York City that happened to
Yes, to you mean?
not to me.
Oh, sorry.
No. No, not that one.
Oh,
We're
sorry.
not bringing up that one.
Yes,
Sorry.
we do
I
remember
didn't
that.
bring up that one. No, remember what happened a couple of years ago? A black man was accosted by a woman. He was,
Oh,
you know,
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's Chris Cooper, who I used to work with at Marvel Comics. Believe
Are
it or
you
not.
serious?
Just
That's
won
crazy.
he just won an Emmy for his birding show on History Channel, Nat Geographic. I forget which channel, but
Probably not Geo.
congratulations
That's
to him
crazy.
for winning that Emmy. That's so awesome to have something really shitty like that happen to you and be able to turn it into an amazing success.
That's crazy.
Congratulations to
Yeah.
Chris.
All right, back
All right.
Okay.
back
All
to
right.
the topic.
Back to the topic. Are we ready?
We're ready.
Okay.
Let's do it. Is it you?
Yeah, and this is like,
Is this,
And
is
is
this
this
an
the
old
one-
one?
it's not the third, but it's the same thing happened. Like last week, I did 2 of the 3 I was happy with, and the third was a bit of a rush.
This you're not happy with.
I'm not happy with this
All
one.
right.
But I mean, I can do it, but I'm not happy with
Let's
it.
do it.
I think, look, the...
Can I scratch it? Can I
No.
dig back in?
No,
Let me
be-
dig back in.
No, because
No.
I think that but what the audience expects here is a certain level of journalistic integrity
And
And it-
spontaneity.
and spontaneity, and who knows what Ben and I will think.
And by the way, making lemonade out of lemons.
Yes, like your horrible ideas sometimes can be good topics.
Let's see what it is.
We should tag the shows that the ideas come from Mitch. That way, if people want to listen to certain episodes tied to other people's ideas, they can. Go ahead, read it. Tell us what it
It's
is.
embarrassing.
Why would you even? You know it's going to happen
Because you both pressured me, and you were
How
staring
did
at
we
me,
pressure
and you were like, "Get the third one in."
It was
You
your
have to-
turn.
No, you're like, "Get the third one in." So I rushed, and I came up with something.
Why
And I
don't you
thought,
just
all right,
come? Why don't
truthfully-
you just come to the show with
truthfully,
3?
I wrote it out of spite, if I'm being honest with
Okay.
you. When I wrote it, I was like, all right, you fuckers. And I was like, here we go.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, but before you
Here's the
before you
topic.
read it, hold on. You know this. Every time we sit down, it's 3 topics.
Right, this is not news.
Like, why come in with 2 and then write a third you're not happy with?
Because
What's
it's
the thought process?
hard to come up with 3 that are good. And I do put some pressure on myself to come up with 3 that are really solid.
When do you really start thinking about these?
Like 2 hours before you guys get
So that's
here.
the problem.
I know.
You'd be thinking
maybe
all
try
week.
3 hours. You get 1 more hour.
know.
Maybe every time you take your dog for a walk, you should have the goal of coming back with 1 idea.
By the way, you are right, because I'll be honest with you. I thought about it this morning, and then 7 seconds got distracted, and I didn't think about it again until
Wow.
you almost got here.
All right. Well, read us the topic. Let's see.
So here's the topic. The topic of the episode is,
Jesus.
I mean, it's not that bad. Coffee or tea?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty
Okay.
I
bad.
mean, it's pretty bad. It's pretty
It
bad.
is.
I mean, actually,
Okay.
I mean, if we could talk about guitars for half an hour, maybe
Uh-huh.
we can do the coffee or tea.
I
think we can.
have things. I do have
All right,
things
Yeah.
let's
also.
do it.
But first, tell
Yeah,
us,
okay.
coffee or
Yeah.
tea? Where does this come from? What's the origin, the allegory?
Label that.
I got
thing.
it. It'll be fun. Don't worry.
Give it
We
to me.
got it.
I'll do it.
So I wrote down, I always come into the,
Wait, what number is this?
We are currently recording 122.
122.
122.
every week I come into the podcast area with a pot of coffee. I love coffee. I probably have, I don't know, probably 7 or 8 cups a day.
What?
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, put it back in the bowl.
Dude, that's a problem.
Well, okay, but here lies the question. Is it I don't know if it is.
Okay, here we go.
Because there's a lot of research right now that's pointing to coffee being really good for you and lowering your sort of like, I don't know what it lowers. It lowers
Lowering
something.
your ability to live longer?
No.
Your life expectancy.
By the way, have you seen? So I think there's a lot of benefits to coffee because I did at one point. I was like, maybe I'm drinking too much coffee as I'm talking very quickly right now. Maybe I am drinking too much coffee. But when I looked about potentially transitioning to tea, I tried like 1 cup and I just couldn't do it. So
Because what happened to you? How did you feel? Have you ever tried to cut coffee out of your day?
no,
I've done that. I did it for a year.
So you didn't stop drinking coffee. You just happened to randomly have a cup of tea, and you were like,
I thought about. I started one morning with tea one time, and I was like, this is awful.
because why was it awful? Did you not have energy? Were you dragging?
Yeah, look, some of that might have been sort of that. I didn't like bounce up like I normally do when I have the coffee, so my energy level was definitely low.
Were you drinking the green powder at this time?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I don't know.
So you need it,
I need it 100%. I need it.
and you have a cup every hour.
By the way,
You said 7 cups a day.
probably 7 cups a day.
That's insane.
How big are the cups?
That's a huge mug.
These guys?
Full?
Well, I mean, maybe 3/4. I don't know, something like that.
All right. It's about a standard size
It's a
cup
standard
of coffee.
size.
Do
Yeah.
you find that you need to medicate to go to sleep at night?
No, I don't drink after like 4:30.
All right. You stop at 4:30.
Whoa.
So
And you start at what time?
like 6:30.
6:30 to 4:30. And you're constantly just mainlining caffeine all day.
Yeah, but I think it's okay. I think it's all right. No one's told me it's a problem, and
No
I
one's
mean,
Doctor hasn't said anything.
no, doctor hasn't said anything.
right.
I don't put creamer in it. It's black.
It's black. Okay. Do you
I love a good cup of coffee.
you love coffee? Just black coffee.
Love it.
Same.
So good.
See, I've never in my life, well, I've tasted coffee.
Mm-hmm.
I never was a coffee person.
All right.
Ever.
Oh, really?
You're not
Ever.
not a coffee achiever.
Or tea. I don't drink any of that stuff. The only time I'll have any caffeine will be if like the family is going and stopping at Starbucks. Maybe I'll have like a blended,
Yeah.
or like a coffee bean blended or a frap or whatever every once in a while, like a caramel blended. But I don't do it. I never got into it.
I do love like the ritual of coffee
yeah.
in the morning. It's so good.
Yeah.
I ground my own beans. I do that whole thing.
Oh wow,
No.
it's
good.
like the hunter gatherer in you.
It's so good.
See, what I have ended up having to do is because Starbucks is such a cultural phenomenon, so to speak. You've got to pick something. Like you can't go like meet somebody for coffee and then not get something.
Sure.
It feels weird. I once was doing intermittent fasting and I met someone for breakfast. And they were like, "What are you having?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm intermittent fasting. I'm not eating anything." And they were pissed that I wouldn't eat anything. I was like, "I'll get sparkling water." Like, it's about us talking. It's not about me eating. But I've had to create a list of things that I get at Starbucks that it's not coffee related. So, like, lately my thing at Starbucks is the dragon fruit. It's a horrible name. The dragon fruit lemonade.
Oh yeah, I've had that.
Now, this actually is let's see what you guys think. I think I've actually changed the way Starbucks does business. So here's the thing. This is a purplish drink. It's got a lemonade taste, but it's got what are these dried dragon fruit pieces in it? Here's my problem. I love these dragon fruit pieces. They hardly give you any dragon fruit pieces. You get like 4 or 5 little floating shitty pieces of dragon fruit in it. It's horrible. So you can go in the app and you can say, "I want more." So I usually say, "Give me 10 scoops of dragon fruit." And then you get it, and there's like 7 pieces. So I was like, I went to the people and I said 10 scoops of dragon fruit. They were not happy. They were pissed off that I was asking for, but I'm asking for 10 scoops. So the dude, then the next time I went back, it was like all dragon fruit and like no drink. It was really packed. But then what happened in the app, the Starbucks people changed the whole app. Now you can't choose scoops.
You totally changed
You
the
think
app.
that was all you?
You can only now say, "Just give me extra dragon fruit." So nobody can complain about, "I asked for 7 scoops and you gave me 4 pieces." You just ask for extra and you hope you get extra.
You were the focus of a Monday morning meeting. They
You-
were like, "Wait a minute, who's this guy who just broke the system?"
Listen, every one of us, if you have a thought, your thought is representative of probably thousands of people. I guarantee you people, the crunch, the tactile nature of crunching on the dragon fruit is the best part of that drink. And I'm sure people were like, "Well, you give me the option for more scoops. I want half my cup filled with crunchy dragon fruit, and people were probably causing chaos. So,
what if they end up removing it from the menu entirely?
Well, I don't know what I'm going to do about that. They have a really noxious one. It's like a pineapple thing. It's like drinking Windex. It's horrible.
You ever had the coffee bean ultimate? Do you ever have that back in the day?
The ultimate?
The ultimate. It's not on the menu. You can still get it.
Oh.
It's coffee beans ground up in a mocha blended. It's pretty good.
They used to have is that like the they had a whole bunch of stuff back in the day, coffee bean.
Yeah.
That was
like off menu items.
like it was cherry chocolate covered
coffee
beans.
Yes,
the
I do
dark
remember that.
one of those things. Anyways, basically I get ice cream at coffee bean.
Yeah.
What's your coffee versus tea scenario?
I mean, I've never really liked tea. It's all, coffee started for me in 1996.
Coffee started for you?
It did. Coffee started for me. Well, because I remember it vividly. It was a blizzard in Manhattan in 1996, and people were skiing down Columbus Avenue, and Tracy was drinking coffee, and I'm like, I think I want to try coffee. And I'm like, let's do it.
Wait, how old were you?
26.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
wow.
Yeah. So I went that long. I'd always liked the smell of it, but I'd never really liked it, and I don't like coffee flavored things.
So no coffee ice cream.
No coffee ice cream. I don't like iced coffee either. It's got to be hot. I like it black. I used to take it with sugar and milk a lot. And then I stopped that. And then, like I was saying before, I did do a year without coffee when we first moved out here. I did like 1 full year, cold turkey, no coffee. I drank hot water with lemon like an old lady.
Ooh.
Wow.
And my skin was radiant. But after that, I was like, you know what? I think I need to get back on the wagon. And I've just been, black coffee ever since.
Well, they say you should start your day with a water with lemon.
Yeah.
They do say that.
Yeah. But no thanks.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just rather do the powder.
Just dive in.
Yeah. So I'm not a tea drinker. I'll have it once in a while, but coffee.
There's too many tea options.
Yeah.
We've got in our cabinet in our house it's like the misfit. It's like a package of misfit children of teas that have been gifted to us over the years, and it's like there's the basics, the Earl Grey,
the chamomiles,
the Sleepy Times,
the greens.
But then there's a whole bunch of stuff. It's like you don't know what you're getting.
Sure.
Yeah.
And you can even open that thing up and smell it, and it's still. By the way, it never actually tastes really like what it says it is.
Doesn't taste like Earl Grey.
It doesn't. It just all tastes the same.
Sweaty socks and underwear.
It tastes the same.
Who is? Do your kids drink coffee?
Yes,
Mine do too.
my younger one would drink coffee all day long, and it's like, come on, take a beat.
6 cups.
Do you need have some decaf maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sophia drinks coffee. Daniel does not.
Huh.
She never finishes it, but she drinks it.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole thing. Macy pours in like half a gallon of cream mate or coffee mate, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I think the younger generation has been conditioned to load up these drinks, coffee with all sorts of stuff because of the Starbucks, because of the coffee
dessert.
beans.
I mean,
it is dessert.
They
It
hook
really
at a
is
young
what it
age
is.
with the dessert drinks, and then they show up when they actually are drinking coffee.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised that you actually can function, Mitch, having 7 cups of coffee a day. How many do you have, Ben?
About 2 usually. Today I had 3.
And do you immediately feel something from it?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Sometimes it actually makes me more tired. I don't know if that ever happens.
No,
to
that
you.
happens to me too.
Yeah, and you're just like, what the fuck? I need you to wake me up, and now you're knocking me out. But most of the time, it's like there's that good jolt, and then there's sort of, it is a bit like a roller coaster in that you get to sort of, as you're going up the coaster, you're feeling that excitement, enthusiasm, and you're like, oh, here it is, and then all of a sudden you just, whoa, you go down the other side, and you're like, I got no energy.
I mean, it's a drug.
Yeah,
It's
right?
absolutely a drug. Yeah.
Right? And then people Ben, we went out to dinner this past weekend, and you were like, should we all get coffee? I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
have
drink
coffee.
coffee. You didn't get coffee because I guess peer pressure. Nobody else wanted coffee.
Well, that's the thing. I don't want to be the one holding everybody up.
I mean, but coffee at night, why would you do that?
Well, because I'm not really eating desserts anymore, and sometimes you just need a little extra,
By the way, that's actually you just sparked a memory in my head. So when I was growing up, every time we'd go out to a restaurant, my mother, father, grandmother, grandfather would always get coffee after dinner.
Yeah.
And I think that's because they all smoked. My mom did not smoke, but everybody else smoked. But it was like that was like part of the experience of going out. You get coffee at the end of the night, so get caffeine free or decaffeinated. but they used to always drink coffee. But I wouldn't do that actually. I couldn't do that late at night.
Do you like the taste enough to do decaf after dinner?
Billy, I don't think there's a difference in the taste. I mean, I don't really taste it, but
do you like the black coffee taste?
I do actually.
Yeah.
It's like the bitter.
Huh.
But it depends on sort of the, again, like tea varieties. There's the coffee varieties. Like it kind of depends on which one it is. You know, some are actually, I think, better than others. Like you want like a full-bodied, rich flavor for that.
Not watery.
Yeah.
How do you feel about eggnog?
Ugh.
It's a little too sugary.
Really?
Yeah.
I've actually never had eggnog.
What?
Because it sounds disgusting.
Oh my gosh.
Those words together is disgusting.
Egg and nog?
Disgusting. Nog being a character from Deep Space Nine, yes.
I don't mind it.
Nobody thinks that.
I can't drink like a full cup of it. That's my biggest thing.
What is it exactly?
It's egg
And nog.
and cream.
Well, it's cream.
And isn't there liquor in it?
There's like liqueur. It's like a.
It's
not
got a little
rum.
kick to it.
Yeah.
It's rum, it's specifically?
No, it's not rum. It's like a liqueur. I just don't know what it is. What goes? Oh no, I know. I think I know what it is. What goes in
It's
White Russian? It's Kahlua.
no.
Is it Kahlua?
No.
No?
I don't think so. It's like the non-medicinal. How do you say the word?
Mendocino?
No.
Medicinal?
Medicinal. It's the non-medicinal version of Pepto-Bismol,
Oh.
except with an egg cream flavor.
Even more of a reason not to
It
drink
coats,
By
which
the way,
means
but
it's working.
It does have like the brown sugar in it, or the powder, or whatever it is. Not brown sugar. What is it?
I don't know. I like it.
I don't mind it. I'm changing my tune on it.
But
a
you
little
can't
bit.
you can't get it most of the year. Like
That's
there's
correct.
so I want to know, like, is there a company that just, powers up for a month or two just to make some eggnog and shoots it out? Maybe it's a company that makes cottage cheese or something. What are you looking up?
I'm looking up what the hell's in this thing.
What is it?
It's a distilled spirit, such as brandy, rum, whiskey, or bourbon. Often a key.
That's eggnog?
Bourbon.
Yeah, one of those things is a key ingredient.
I've had
But
bourbon.
it also has milk, cream, sugar, whipped egg whites, egg yolks, and nutmeg.
Nutmeg. That's what it is.
That's it.
A bunch
Yeah.
of fucking nutmegs.
Yeah. I was just thinking of the other kinds of drinks that are, I don't know. I was just thinking of
Listen.
drinks. I was trying to be a part of the conversation, and
let's-
eggnog was my thing.
That's
Should we-
no, it's fair.
Should we
It's
just
fair.
identify that the topic was maybe not our best?
Hold
I
on,
don't know.
we're done?
What? You can't wrap this up. There's more.
I'm feeling very self-conscious about my introduction into the bowl, and it just wasn't the best. I'm sorry.
If you could
Listen,
go.
well, you did it out of spite.
I
mean,
did.
this is what you get.
This is what you get. Don't ever.
But
do anything
why?
out of
But why
spite.
was coffee and tea out of spite?
I don't know. Maybe because I just poured a cup when I sat down. And
You
I
were
was like,
literally like, I'm going to look at whatever's in front of me, and that's my microphone or
Yeah.
coffee. I think the topic today is
Oh, shit, I wrote microphone. Hope we don't pick that.
Listen, it doesn't always work. Leg, toes. I think toes. Toes are the topic for today.
Fingers.
I know.
T-shirt.
I thought we could go on a run. I know. I thought we had a run in
But
us.
every topic is a challenge.
Yeah.
Even some of the best sounding topics could suck.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm just looking around the room for blankets. Could we do blankets?
I know, by the way, those blankets have been stacked there.
What are those? Those
By the way,
people watch shows down here?
No. Every weekend, this turns into like a hangout room, and there's
Oh.
like 7 kids in here, and they all have blankets.
I
So it's
see.
a whole thing.
Is that one for each of them?
Yeah.
There's 5 blankets.
Daniel usually gets the blue one.
I was about to say, are they assigned blankets?
Yeah, it's like, depends.
Does he demand to have the blue one?
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
I'll talk to him if he's caused some
Paul,
problems.
stop looking around the room.
I'm just looking at other topics. I think we should make a rule. The rule is this: no topic should embody any object that currently exists in this room going forward.
Or
But-
how about no topic should ever be written out of spite?
I think that's
the burn.
that's
the rub.
That's the lesson here.
But was it really out of spite?
I was annoyed with you two, making me.
You
come
were
off the
hoping.
third.
Wow.
You were hoping that topic was going to just show up in a speed round at some point.
Listen, I was. You know what? You're right.
You're
It
like,
might
there's
have
no way coffee and tea is getting pulled
been-
today.
Now that I think about it, I think it may have been on the day of the speed round.
No,
that
that
might
you
have
wrote
been
coffee and tea?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't write that today.
No.
Oh.
No.
Did you write out of spite today?
No, I was good today.
There was no spite.
I figured it out.
I
Figured
wrote
it out on
one.
the
I wrote
fly.
one today that I didn't do out of spite, but I don't know. It may end up on this pile.
Let's ask this.
I'm
as
not going
we're-
to say what it is, obviously.
As we've now, 22 episodes. This is not.
You think we're pros now? Or this is not amateur status anymore?
What do you? No, I was just going to say 22 episodes. I was going to ask the question: do we feel like the model is the right model?
Yes.
I think it's the right model.
Yes.
Mitch, do you think it's the right model?
I think it's the right model for sure. Just you can't have someone writing clues with spite in their heart. You can't do that.
And sometimes you got to paint yourself into a corner to see how to get out.
That's right.
I've regretted this since we started, but I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. You don't have to apologize.
I think coffee habits are interesting.
It is.
There's some people I used to work with who would literally go to Starbucks and get 2 huge, like, what are those big ones called? Not grandes, but verdes. Are they verdes?
Ventis.
See, I don't drink coffee. You can't ever send me into a coffee place to get something for you.
Okay.
Because I don't understand what any of that stuff means.
Right.
I understand sizes, but like, what is you want oat milk with what? Like, what is a iced coffee versus? I don't know any of that stuff.
Sure.
I can't figure it out.
I get it.
I wasn't doing email. I was trying to look up whether or not coffee was good for you or not, and it looks like it's pretty good for you.
Oh, does it? What does it say?
It boosts your metabolism. It gives you extra energy.
Okay.
But you have a total crash.
Not always.
Well, not always.
It depends. Like
Ben, you even said it makes you tired.
but not always. Like
protects your brain health.
Does?
Protects your brain health.
Well, that's not working for me.
Improves energy levels, enhance performance, may boost metabolism, may protect brain health. A lot of mays.
I want to propose something.
Yeah.
I want to propose that all of us abstain from coffee for the next 2 weeks.
Oh, hell no.
What?
And see what happens when we come back.
These are not the 2 weeks for me to be doing
We won't be
that.
here, bro. We won't be here.
That's not happening.
Could you do it for a weekend?
I could not have one on the podcast.
Could we do this? Could we, not for this session, pick a future episode where we know we're going to be recording again within 48 hours, and for 48 hours, none of us, we all take the sacrifice of not drinking coffee for 48 hours. All 3 of us do that. And we see how we're feeling 48 hours later. Or...
Can we do one day? Can we do one day?
But you don't have it in your system.
Yeah.
So it's not like
a little
you're
disadvantage.
Right. You're just sort of coasting on what you've already got going. For us,
just coming in
the
hot.
baseline is removed. Like, we're just like, free fall.
I can... excuse me. I can abstain from something else. I'll have no eggnog for 48 hours.
Okay. Well, I can win that one too.
There's some. I think there. Look, we've not done the show from a sauna.
Yep, got to do that.
I don't see that happening.
This other idea is an interesting one. What about us staying up without sleeping for 24 hours, and we check in on the podcast? We record every hour for about 5 to 10 minutes throughout the 24-hour period of not going to sleep.
By the way, that's actually a really good idea.
That's a very long episode.
Yes.
No, let's do it.
But if you do it in 24 hours, we check in every 10 minutes. We check in for 10 minutes every hour. How long will that show be?
No, I think we have to. No.
Do the math.
$30.
I think.
That's right, $30.
I think we have to be in this room, all 3 of us together.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
how are we doing that?
Like 4 a.m.
For 24 hours.
Yeah.
So we got to keep showing up?
So we come into this room at 6 o'clock.
Kristen's going to love that.
We come into this room at 6 o'clock
At
on
night?
a Friday.
At night.
At night. And we don't leave till 6 p.m. the next day.
Or we could just go through the night with no sleep.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You could leave at 7 a.m. I'm saying you could go home at 7 a.m.
No.
Why? Because
You have to all be here.
you're going to be wiped at 3 a.m. You're going to get the...
Yes, and then wouldn't that be great?
that's what I'm saying.
If we do an all-nighter, I think what we should do is we do a run of an episode an hour for all those hours.
A full half hour on every hour?
Yep.
Oh,
So-
that's interesting.
So my buddy...
If we're pulling an all-nighter. Then you can sort of see the devolution.
Oh, that's interesting.
let's do it.
Let's do it.
My buddy did this thing, Goggins. I'm just sidebar.
Walter Goggins.
No.
Walton.
Walton.
No,
Walton?
David Goggins.
Who's David
The
Goggins?
seal. The seal you see on TikTok every day telling you that you're a...
I don't know that guy.
You're a
I'm
wimp.
not on TikTok.
Not TikTok. He's on Instagram. He's the guy the Navy SEAL who basically tells you, like, push through anything. You're a wimp. Basically, he's like, you've seen that guy.
I haven't.
Ask your son who David
I don't
Goggins
need that
is.
every day.
Okay, anyway, Goggins did this thing. He came up with 4x4x4, I think is what it's called. And it's basically you run 4 miles every...
4 minutes.
No, you run 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours.
No.
And then what happens? You die?
Yeah, basically. But my buddy did it. It was insane.
What happened to
His
him?
legs were, like, cramping up the entire time.
Okay,
Anyway.
I think we do this.
I'm ready.
I think we pick a time. The audience will have to wait and find out when it's going to happen. We start at 6 p.m. and we don't sleep for 24 hours. And at every hour, we record a 30-minute episode.
All right.
We will finish with How many episodes?
Should we do like every 2 hours?
We do from 6 to 6. That's 12 hours.
Okay, we'll do every 2 hours.
I think 6 to 6 is good too.
6 to 6. Every 2 hours we record an episode.
Then we can like go get lunch.
We can go get food. We can do a 4-minute mile.
We can do some dips.
Have some coffee.
I think it's a good idea. All right, we're going to work on this.
Oh, boy.
We're going to work on this. You can do it.
I can do it. You know what? By the way, you know how I know I can do it? Because I just watched the Spaceship Earth documentary. Did you see that? About,
No.
About Biosphere 2?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, happened in our lifetime. Completely, like, missed all the drama of it. But what a fucking crazy thing that was. Anybody aware of what?
No, what is it? What are you talking
idea.
about?
Biosphere 2 was the thing that they built. A bunch of hippies in the 60s came up with this idea to build an internal system, a biosphere, with all different kinds of ecosystems in it, all different kinds of animals, and they put 8 people in there for 2 years. And it was supposed to sort of be this test to see if could we do this if we were trying to live on another planet, right? And, I mean, they built this thing. I mean, it's still standing in Arizona, in Oracle, Arizona. And, like, I mean, like, within, like, the first, like, I don't know, a couple of weeks or months, whatever, one of them got her finger caught in a thresher, had to leave.
Oh, my gosh.
And then, you know, went back in. So, like, they violated the protocols of the project. Like, it was all complete bullshit. But if those people can do that for 2 years, I think I can do a night.
Do we make it so we don't leave this room?
Well, I think we can leave the room.
Okay.
Because what's the end game? We're going to basically trying to see what our brains are doing, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think we can still leave the room because we're just not going to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, because we're not sleeping.
I think we should do it when it's not smoking hot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you have air conditioning.
Well,
Yeah.
but still, it's like it gets warm in here, even with the air conditioning.
Yeah,
Like,
but it'll be
At
nighttime.
nighttime, it'd be cooler.
Okay.
We'll figure it out. We're going to figure it out, and we're going to come back to everybody on this. But it is an option.
That will be our biosphere
The
episode.
question will be, will it be before the end of this season or will it be in next season? We don't know yet, but we will make it happen. I think that's a good segue for us to wrap things up. This has been an amazing coffee versus tea episode.
See, we made it.
Barely.
So you just got to
It
get
is.
to the
This
end.
is what happens when you try to spite
Right?
No more
somebody
spite.
else.
You got to put it in the bowl with love in your heart.
Mm-hmm. Ben, why don't you do your job?
Oh, my job is to, I remember now, is to get you all to share our site so that other people can hear it and benefit from the
Share our
the
site.
glory. You know, where all the links and the episodes and the things and all the things that are internety.
Oh, just talk about it.
Go to our site, share it, so
What
that
are
other
they
people can
sharing?
subscribe and listen to our podcast, wherever fine podcasts are heard.
Oh, boy. Just dancing all around. aren't
We
you?
can write the script.
But I
for you
remembered my
next week.
job.
You refuse to do it now, don't you?
Well, because you won't, you don't want me to.
Well, I just want to wholeheartedly thank everyone for taking the time to spend 42 minutes and 6 seconds with us, especially focused on a spite idea, which was coffee versus
Yeah.
tea.
I've learned my lesson, okay? I've learned
Okay.
my lesson. It won't happen again.
It's like the Wrath of Khan of episodes.
Yeah.
Is it, though?
Yes.
Wouldn't that make it the best episode of all episodes?
Perhaps, except from hell's heart I stab at thee. This was your attitude when you were writing that one.
Oh, my gosh.
I think that's it.
Kobayashi Maru? Was
no,
that
I was going to
Correct.
say raccoon
Kobayashi
in the
Maru.
belly. It's not going to happen.
It's Paul.
It's Ben.
It's Mitch.
And that's what we've been talking about.